Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a game about collecting cards. Everyone who plays it knows that, but everyone has different ways of going about it. Most people skip packs and buy the exact cards they need from secondary markets. Others buy only sealed products such as packs and structure decks, living and dying by the luck of the draw. Some are lucky, some are smart, and I am neither of these things. In this series, we'll be fusing horrendous luck with even worse financial decision making, with the full intention of ripping off Nim Nim and Revs. We'll be rewinding to the nostalgic days of our youth to build a competitive deck with a strict budget of $25 and only using sealed product. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Restart, a budget sealed only challenge. Alright, so this time there's no reason to beat around the bush. We've got a huge amount of money to spend since last time we pulled our second copy of Nightmare Unicorn. I thought that was massive, but I did watch the Pokemon Arc open 2 access code talkers within 5 packs the very next episode, and that's not a spoiler because that episode came out a week ago by the time this video airs. We sold the Unicorn for $55 and get half of that being $27.50, along with $4 for winning 4-1 last week, making it exactly $56.50. Last week I hyped up Dual Devastator, but I realized something. I have a crippling gambling addiction, and that set just is not interesting to me. We're saving Dual Devastator a bit longer and sticking to opening packs for a bit. If we don't get anything good from this opening, then we'll discuss what we need next time around. The main reason I don't want to open Dual Devastator is literally just because it's boring. Like, I'm going to open it up and I'm going to run it down. Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. With that, whatever, we've got a good amount of money to spend today, so let's just start opening some packs. I never felt like so miserable. Alright boys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've got Dual Overload and Maximum Gold. You might be wondering why I chose Maximum Gold instead of Dual Devastator. Because it's my series and I do what I want. And I think Dual Devastator is boring. That is literally the whole reason. I just don't want to open boring sets. If I already know everything I'm going to get, what's the point of a sealed only? I might as well just buy singles online. Speaking of which, I broke a rule. I bought a single. We're putting this into the deck. I don't think there's going to be any problem with this. I just, I want them to match. I got the other 3. But real quick, let me open this up and I'll do my magic. Okay, before popping open any packs, let's see what's over here. We have got Cyber Dragon Infinity. Probably, I actually think this is the best looking one just because I think the XC's oversized cards look pretty good. We'll leave it in the corner. Let's start with Dual Overload. We have more Dual Overload packs than anything else. What we're looking for out of here, Celine, Crystron, Imperm, Dark Inteleon Dragon, Dreadnought Dreadnoid, Auroradon, not bad, Stromberg, Vanity's Ruler. Do we become scum? Okay, pack number 2. We've got Herald of Mirage Lights. Jesus Christ, we could actually build Drytrons if we wanted to. MST, Cyber Emergency. Oh my god, we could build Drytrons if we wanted to. Nightmare and Double Evolution Pill. Now we do one at a time. Let's do Dual Overload first, and then we do Mago. If you're wondering how much it all costed, this was $30 just like last time. The Maximum Gold box was $25. We had $56.50. We got an extra $1.50 for next week. Phantasme. Alright, not bad. Kingyo Sukui. Let me move all these. I think Phantasme is really the only thing we've pulled so far that we could actually run. Let's do a Mago box. Mago pack. As soon as I could open it. I never felt like Barrier Statue. Utopia Beyond. I think this went up a bit. Gimmick Puppet Giant Grinder. What's that? Oh, man. Okay. Utopia the Lightning. Okay. It's funny. These are warped like inwards a little bit. These are warped out. It's pretty bad. Okay. Utopia the Lightning. Wow. Do you guys see that weird? Like, it's kind of lower than usual. Either way, not anything very good so far in this opening. If we really don't get anything, maybe Dual Devastator next week. I really hope not. Watt Giraffe, Reptilian Echidna, and Yuki-Onna. I love the design, but this is not a good card. Oh my god, we could build sealed only Drytrons if we wanted to. Mago, let's go. I never felt like so miserable. Union Scramble. I need this in my Speed Duel set. My deck, sorry. Madolche Chateau. Rank Up Magic, the 7th one. Oh, Red Eyes. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like the pull. Okay, anyway, back to Dual Overload. Okay, that was a struggle to open. Herald of Mirage Lights, Cubic Ascension, something good, something good. Awakening of the Possessed. We got a rarity bump. That's nice. 2 rarity bumps in 1 episode, but no playable cards. Oh boy, the time for this series to end maybe sooner rather than later. I really hope not. Buster Blader, the First Monarch, Stratos, Barrier Statue of the Heavens, Foolish, Kagari. Oh boy, we're really not getting anything really playable here. I mean, the Phantasme is like a side option, or we could main deck it as a hand trap, but it's really not the best. I'd rather, you know, pull an Ash for maximum gold. God, you guys are gonna hate me for this one. And we got 5-headed Link Dragon. You know what's funny? We can play this. This might be a pretty funny option for the deck, because we do run every single attribute in the deck. Let's read the card real quick so everybody knows, everybody's on the same page. Must be link summoned. If this card is link summoned using Dark, Earth, Water, Fire, and Wind attributes, you can destroy all cards your opponent controls. Cannot be destroyed by battle with a Dark, Earth, Water, Fire, or Wind, which means only light monsters. Unaffected by other cards' effects. Once per turn, during your opponent's end phase, you must banish 5 cards from your graveyard face down, or send this card to the graveyard. This is a 5,000 attack beater that's really not that hard to summon out. So I may consider finding space in the deck for it. I mean, we've definitely got a couple of unplayable cards. Anyway, last pack. Let's see, can we end with a hand trap? There can be only one, Draco Sack. Oh, Layer of Darkness, it's a spell card. It is Rhoda? Rhoda. And the last card is Droll and Lockbird, our second Droll. You know what? I welcome this. This is really good in today's meta. I'll take 2 Drolls. Our pulls this time around, actually not bad. Let's think what we can do here, and I'll cut ahead a little bit. We may still include the Phantasme. I don't know. I'll see what we could do. Give me just a second. Okay, as for the cards that we are dropping, I mean, this is just a rarity bump. This isn't really a drop. This never came in handy, to be honest. Like, once in a while, obviously, this card could do something, but not really. Awakening of the Possessed, rarity bump. Effect Veiler, we're dropping for another Droll. And the other Live Twin card is going towards the second Phantasme. And then we're dropping the Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon, because I have not summoned this a single time. And honestly, it's not any help. As for what we're adding into the deck, it's everything you see before you. 2 rarity bumps. And then we're going to be including this new hand trap lineup, as well as the new 5-headed Link Dragon that we just got, which might actually be pretty easy to make. This card could be our new win condition if we're able to figure out a way to get it onto board reliably, but I am not going to get ahead of myself. It's been quite a few episodes since we actually covered what the deck has, so real quick, I'm going to give like a full deck profile along with everything in the extra and everything in the side. Okay guys, you ready for my deck profile? Anyway, we're just running, you know, 1 of each Familiar Possessed, now an Ultra Rare, because we're no longer broke. Still the 3 Fairy Tail Lunas, nothing's changed there. Still the 3 Endymions, still the double Crowley, and the single Rilliona that we pulled. Of course, that's the regular lineup that we're probably going to keep until this deck is past its time limit. Then we've got the double Live Twin Lilla, and the double Kissakill. It's a good engine to keep going with. I wish that I didn't have to do it, but we literally have no other options. We could run other cards, but the deck won't be as consistent. The 1-ofs are the 2 Nefarious cards. We got the Reformage Hat Trigger, and then the Tenyi Spirit Chitana. This is actually still like a really good card. I'm so surprised how much I use this card. It's genuinely good. Then we've got our hand trap lineup, our 2 Droll and Lockbirds, our 2 Phantasmes, our 1 Nibiru, and then our 1 Effect Veiler. As you guys saw, I dropped an Effect Veiler for another Droll. I think with this, we'll at least see 1 to 2 of these hand traps every single game, and that's kind of the goal. So let's hope that this wins us some more games. We've still got our 3 Spirit Charmers. If you guys watched the last video, you'll know that this clutched it for us. Like, we drew into 2 or 3 of these every single game, and it really won it for us, so yeah. Double Trismegistus, it's still a really good card, and if we draw into this, we can really make some plays. The 1 Magistus Invocation, because we only need 1 now that we could search off Rilliona. Double Signet Mining. It's kind of free if we have a Familiar Possessed card in hand, because no matter what, it still helps. Then we've got the Terraforming and Secret Village. the amount of people who have lost after me just using Secret Village is hilarious. It's a great card, and I'm so glad that it works as well as it does. Then we've got Rarity Bumped, Awakening of the Possessed. Then we've got 2 Possessed Partnerships and 1 Unpossessed. I'm digging the ratios now. I think the deck's a lot more consistent. No matter what, the deck will never be perfect because we're not buying singles. We're not going to have 3 triple tactics talent. You know how this game is. It's not pay to win. You can still maybe win a locals with this, but there's no way I'm going to a regionals and winning. For the extra deck, we've got 1 of each Magistus, extra monster. We actually never went into Ninaruru, so I might consider dropping it at some point, but I mean, for now, no reason not to keep it in. It's not a bad card, it's just not something that we usually go into. We run 1 of the 2 evil twins, or 1 of each of the evil twins, sorry. Then we've got our Nightmare package, Nightmare Phoenix, Unicorn, Bane of My Existence, and Griffin. I'm not going to run the Collector's Unicorn. I don't know why it keeps popping up, but I'm not running it. We've got Proxy F Magician, which is still a really good card. Like, surprisingly, this is a really useful card, and this is the main reason we only need to run the 1 Magistus Invocation. After that, the 1 Transcode Talker, and our newly crowned 5-headed Link Dragon. I hope that I can manage to pull this off today, and more than that, I hope that I can win multiple games with this card. This card might actually be huge for the deck. Aside from that, we've got our Toad package, and the 1 number 101. I didn't show it in the last video, but in our 1 game against the Dragoon, this card kept me alive. With its destruction protection, Dragoon can't pop it, and without being able to pop it, Dragoon can't actually use its effect to burn us. But aside from that, there's not much else to say. We have a decent build right now. It's not the greatest in the world. I think that it's relatively consistent, and I hope that we can have some more fun with it. Let me also show off the side deck a little bit, but to be honest, most of the cards we get that are good staples, we put directly into the main deck because there just isn't a lot of options. We run the 1 Eater of Millions, the 1 Denko Sekka, the 1 Raigeki. I might up the Denko Sekka back up to 3 at some point because that really shuts down like Eldritch in certain decks like that. The triple Book of Eclipse, triple Twin Twisters, triple Dark Ruler No More, and triple D Barrier is still same as it's always been. We don't really have that many options when it comes to that deck. Side options are very hard, but honestly this deck has a lot of good ones with Dark Ruler No More and D Barrier, and D Barrier has actually closed me out a few games. So yeah, honestly, goal here, win as many games as possible, get the deck prepared, because as you guys might know after watching my last video, this deck is not permanent. I haven't decided on what the next deck is going to be. There is one certain archetype that I've really loved for a long time. It was the first structure deck I ever got, and my hint is that it got a second structure deck somewhat recently, so you guys should already know what it is. We might go into that one, but for now, let's focus on making this deck as good as possible. We're going to make the best deck so that by the time we have a second deck, Charmers win. This is what you guys subscribe for. You want to see Charmers win every single game, right? So let's get on with some games. So I'm going to give a commentary this time, not really about the games, but about what I'm doing here as a whole. This has been an issue with me for the last couple of weeks. As you've noticed, I went 4-1 one week, then 0-2, then 4-1, and this week again I'm going 0-2. I know the reason that this is happening, and I hate to admit it, but it's literally just that I can't keep up with uploading these videos every week. I hate to say it, but most likely I'm gonna have to change the schedule to bi-weekly instead of weekly. I hate to do this, and I'm sorry, and I'm pretty sure nobody in the comments will flame me for it because you guys have been very accepting of everything that I've been doing with the series, and you guys brought up that it, you know, a couple of comments in my last video said, hey, as long as you're having fun, like, that's all that matters, and I really appreciate that. So what I've got to say is, when I try to make these videos every single week, it's starting to get somewhat tedious. I still really like the deck, but having to play it, you know, on clockwork once a week, Tuesday and Wednesday every night, and then edit Thursday night, have it prepared by Friday. It's YouTube is not my job. YouTube, I really enjoy making videos and I really love all the positive responses that I get out of it, but it's not enough, or I don't have enough brain capacity to consistently put out these videos. When I originally started, I actually had an editor with me. I had a second person helping me with the videos. But after the first episode, he pretty much saw the second and third, and he said like, hey, I see what you're doing, but I don't think I could keep up with the quality every week. So I've been trying to do 2 people's work every week. And I know that other YouTubers do this, but I am not a big YouTuber and I haven't been doing this for very long, pretty much about 2 months now. But I really appreciate like all the support from you guys, and I will keep putting out these videos as soon as they're done. So it might be 1 week after the previous video, it might be 2 weeks. 3 weeks, that's stretching it. I don't think I would actually wait 3 weeks to upload a video. But I also want to be able to put up other videos aside from this video. So while you're watching the gameplay in the background, just know I was literally watching videos while playing these games, and it was kind of frustrating to me when I realized that I wasn't enjoying myself because I didn't, decide to play these games. I just realized, hey, it's Wednesday. I need to get these games in as soon as possible. I need to finish editing so it's out by Saturday. And then I didn't even react to most of the stuff happening on screen because I just thought to myself, oh, it doesn't really matter. As long as I lose, that means I have less to edit. And that's the worst mindset I could have ever thought of. So I'm really sorry to everybody who's watching and anybody who was interested in weekly uploads, but most likely they're going to be weekly to bi-weekly now. But I will have more other videos. I recently did a deck profile and I managed to do all the editing for that in one day, but the issue is that I had no time to edit for the rest of this video. So I'm sorry that I'm kind of dragging on with how I'm talking. You can see the gameplay in the background. I didn't do so well this episode. I went 0-2, but we'll go into the outro and I'll talk more about this. So yeah, 0-2, really not that great today. As I said, the series is kind of draining when I'm forcing myself to edit these on a schedule, so I'm hoping to make the goal to make this series bi-weekly, since doing it every week is kind of draining me too much to even make other videos. First, to cover what the series actually needs. I got a bit greedy with my pulls this episode since the ones in the last few have just been so good, and went into maximum gold instead of dual devastator, but I actually had a different reason for that I didn't want to admit. I think that once these episodes go into the double digits, that's probably around the time that I'll start considering a new deck for the series, and continuing the series the same way that I said I would last episode. With that, if we go into dual devastator now, we can only use it for this deck, but it might make more sense to save up and use it for a future deck that we might play. With that, we also get the opportunity to kind of use it backwards, using that dual devastator for the newest deck as well as upgrading this deck. Back to the other thing that I was talking about. It's not really that editing is hard or anything, this is just a lot of content that I take quite some time editing, and I hate to say it, but I am pretty busy throughout my days. I've had a lot of people come to me saying that if I ever need help or want a second person that they'd be willing to help, but my issue is that I've gotten very comfortable and a lot of my videos aside from this series were literally just something that I thought of doing on the spot. I usually record something and same day I will edit it. Again, I'm really sorry and I appreciate all the supporting comments telling me that they're enjoying what I do, but it's just that I don't really do it as a full-time job or anything. I just make these videos because I enjoy making these videos. But as some of you without ad block might realize, YouTube is actually starting to pay me now so I can afford to keep this series going. This won't change much. If anything, I realize that uploading these videos more consistently might actually allow me to make a bit more off of YouTube, but I decided against it because this started as a hobby and I don't really want to ruin my enjoyment with greed. Where this goes is up to chance, but one thing I'll do is keep these coming. I want the videos to have the same level of quality from when I started, and to be honest, I think I've been doing a decent job, but the videos are getting a lot shorter than they were before. I've been giving myself time constraints, and due to that, I just record less, I say less, I think of less, and I just do it all on the spot. I spent a full month making the first episode after all, and every episode after that, a week. For the next episode, I'm going to spend the next couple of weeks to raise the quality a little bit and maybe make some changes to the base overlay that I've been using all this time. Thanks for all the support, you guys. We're past 1,500 subscribers now, and I couldn't be happier seeing how the channel is going. I didn't even expect to get 1,000 subs that quickly, and I didn't have a 1,000 sub special lined up since it was growing so fast. But once I hit 2,000, since it's stabilized a bit, I might do a little something. Again, I'm sorry that I can't upload that consistently for the series, but I'll try to put out other content, Yu-Gi-Oh! And non-Yu-Gi-Oh! Related, with the deck profile that I uploaded the other day and a Blazing Vortex box opening that I should be dropping tomorrow or worst case the day after. We've got no new patrons this week, so all I can say is I love you guys. Thanks for the support again, and have a great day and or night.